Carol said she wished that she had more time to meet up with positive people, which
Me
actually
too.
brings up another question for me. Like, because sometimes I have really focused on positive people that are outside of my vicinity,
Sure.
right? So
Hmm.
I'm kind of curious, are there places you go, people that you look to, things that you read when you feel like you need that influx of positivity? Where do you
Absolutely.
go?
So that's a really good question. And I was just asked this question today because, again, we're in November. So a lot of
Yeah,
teachers are struggling with this. So the first place that I go is myself, right?
yeah,
'Cause I feel that when we neglect to give ourselves the nurturing that we need, sometimes it's very difficult to get it somewhere else, right? Because you have to first be watered like within yourself. And so I do daily affirmations
yeah.
that really help me to center myself every morning about what I am, what I stand for. And as Baruta Kafele says, who are you? What do you stand for? And what's your most recent evidence? And so I kind of take that reflection. So that's the first place that I go. And of course, my wife and my kids are another place that I go. I
Mhm.
go to colleagues that either are in my school. I have a great colleague that we share a room together, and we just vent to each other. And we'll be able to vent that we can say, you know what, but we're here for a good reason. We always round it off positively.
Yep.
So colleagues that I go to within my school. Sometimes when I come home after a long day, I take this out. I have props tonight. So I take this out. This is a nice candle. I don't know if you can see.
Yes. Yeah, I can
I
see.
love candles. I went with my kids. This is actually from the new Chip and Joanna Gaines thing, but not that I'm product plugging. But look, I do candles all around, like they're all around this house right now, and I just get into a quiet space and
Yeah.
take in that, right?
Mhm.
Um, Positively can be on Twitter. I follow really good people. I don't
Yeah.
just follow anybody. Like
Right.
there's so many voices on Twitter that are critiquing everything.
Yep.
I don't really follow them. And if I do, then I mute them after a while. I want the people that talk about what the possibilities are.
Right.
And then finally, I do a lot of books. I got another props. So I read
Yeah.
books that
Yeah.
aren't related to education.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I get out of it and it's just good stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Where
I
do you
love the
go?
idea of the affirmations.
Yeah,
I several years ago, I just kind of going through it, as we do, we go through dark times.
right.
And one of the things that I decided to do was every day I decided to reach out to someone that I had not talked to in
Okay.
a really long time and tell them something that I valued about them, something that I missed about them, a story that I always wanted to tell them, but I had never taken the time to do it. And it was really interesting. I used this reaching out to tell other people something I valued about them as the pulley to get me across my own swamp, right? Like that's
Wow.
what pulled me
That's
that's what got me
powerful.
through that swamp. And so I
Wow.
like that you brought that up because I also think about I do this in the classroom, right? So when I find myself really frustrated and I'm getting quiet, I go to a student and I do the same thing. I tell
Wow.
them something I really value about them, something I forgot to tell you when I read your paper that made me think about this. And sometimes I do it in front of other students. Sometimes I just do it one-on-one. But that 30 seconds to 90 seconds can change everything. They
That's really
soften,
powerful.
they smile, I smile. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why we do this, right?
Right?
So a little way to kind of think about this.
Wow, that's
Um,
awesome, Sarah. I love that idea of giving what you need yourself. I love that. I love that. What a great idea. I'm
it's
stealing
been,
it.
one of those things you stumble upon, and
I
then
love
you
it.
think,